My name is Tatiana Zakharova-Goodman, and I'm an instructor and atelierista at Capilano University. Although technology and AI are not my areas of research, at least not yet, I am endeavoring to speak to you today about this very topic. I'm addressing you not just as post-secondary students, but as students in the program of education. Education is a system of subject formation. As teachers, as educators, you have not just the ability, but professional and ethical responsibility for creating particular subjects. To aspire to live, work, and think critically with young children in the co-creation of more livable worlds, you need to think critically and ethically about your own work, including the work you will be doing as student educators. That is why I will speak to you only briefly about AI in the context of post-secondary education, and will spend most of these 5 minutes drawing your attention to ethical questions and different whys of AI. Let's start by defining AI. Let's ask ChatGPT to define AI in exactly 100 words.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is the simulation of human intelligence in machines, designed to perform tasks that typically require human cognition. These tasks include learning, reasoning, problem-solving, understanding language, and recognizing patterns. In post-secondary education, AI can be applied in various ways, such as personalized learning platforms, automated grading systems, and intelligent tutoring. AI also supports research by analyzing large data sets and generating insights. While AI offers significant benefits in enhancing learning and efficiency, it is crucial to address ethical considerations, including privacy, bias, and transparency, to ensure its responsible and fair use within the academic environment.
Because AI tools we are familiar with, like advanced language models like ChatGPT here, respond to and respond back to us in natural language, we may be particularly predisposed to just believe that I for intelligence. But I encourage you not to take it as given, not to take it as certain. AI can certainly generate content, but not only must we remain critically aware of the biases, erasures, and exploitations of big data, but we must think, learn, question, and in some cases, even count for ourselves. For example, that definition of AI from ChatGPT was not, in fact, exactly 100 words, but 96. Despite appearances, large language models operating on the scale of big data do not equate to knowability or truth. While most of my colleagues teaching in colleges and universities account for and incorporate AI in their teaching and assessment strategies, it is important to remember to review and understand the policy of your own institution around the use of AI. Most policies and practice principles recognize generative AI as a tool to assist in tasks, but not as replacement for human creativity and judgment. Students may be permitted to use AI tools to gather initial information, review concepts, improve writing quality, or for AI apps to be personal tutors or study buddies. However, as a student, you are ultimately responsible and accountable for the work you submit, and any content generated or supported by artificial intelligence tools must be cited appropriately. Citing sources is an essential ethical responsibility. It speaks to integrity and credibility of your work. Plagiarism is a serious violation of academic integrity and ethics. I will end this section with a thought from columnist and novelist Stephen Marsh, who in 2022, at the height of concerns over AI in academia, wrote, "Language matters, voice matters, style matters, the study of eloquence matters, history matters, ethical systems matter." While some aspects of AI are seemingly being treated as reliable, such as data processing, computation, or writing code, there is an area which AI finds particularly challenging. It is the same area that you will be attending to in your studies and work. entangled relationships. Things, ideas, people, moments are not separate from one another. They are entwining, connecting, moving, flexing, mixing. Let me demonstrate by running the same visual test researchers performed on one of the earliest version of DALL-E. I'm going to do it in both Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. In 2020, none of the generated images successfully inferred the relationship between subjects of the prompt, that they should be shown as an old man with two even older people. In 2024, perhaps some of the images may be hinting at this relationship, but most of that is achieved through ambiguity. For example, the figures appearing with their backs to the viewer, or the overall age of subjects appearing as old. Note also the anatomic inaccuracies, which are most evident in the ways hands are rendered. What is troubling here is not just that the images lack relational or anatomical correctness, but that this inaccuracy is veiled in high appeal of color, detail, stylization, and high resolution, and perhaps in our own fascination with those intelligent-looking results. As Italian medical researchers wrote in 2024, there is a great disconnect between visual appeal and accuracy. So I've mentioned bias in AI. Let's once again ask ChatGPT to define something for us. At the very least, in AI, biases occur when systems produce prejudiced outcomes because the data they are trained on or the algorithms themselves contain biased data. In one of my favorite examples, I will ask Midjourney, generative AI-based image synthesis tool, to create a series of images of a photorealistic couple, we'll say man and woman, in their 20s. I will then ask the program to make the woman taller. Spoiler, it won't. Existing biases and injustices, errors and assumptions are perpetuated by AI technologies. Men are taller than women. A standard couple is comprised of two attractive white folks. Let's move more closely to early childhood education. Let's see, what is the image of the educator in British Columbia, according to AI? Take a look at the people sitting around you in the classroom. Do they look like this? Do you? Ask yourselves, what norms does AI produce? Whom does it center? And more importantly, whom does it exclude? As further illustrated by the images generated by Stable Diffusion for the same prompts, sometimes the very figure of an educator is altogether absent. What role does AI allocate to you as future educators? These are not just glitches that can be fixed with an update or two. Glitches are symptoms of much deeper systemic issues. As critical internet scholars like Sophia Noble and Ruha Benjamin have pointed out, they are fundamental to the way new technology operates. Benjamin writes, exclusions and subordination are built into the ways in which priorities are established and solutions are defined in the tech industry. Exclusionary, racialized, colonial logics are perpetuated within AI, which in turn lives within what Tatiana Zakharova-Goodman called surveillance capitalism, where private experiences, all experiences, are being made into corporate commodities to keep the market going and growing. Surveillance capitalism, Zuboff writes, wants your bloodstream and your bed, your breakfast conversation, your commute, your run, your refrigerator, your parking space, your living room, your pancreas. Within this system, experiences and lives are sorted, ranked, and packaged according to normative markers. They are resources for extraction, disposable, some more than others. In 2023, for example, Stanford Internet Observatory identified hundreds of images of child sexual abuse material in a database that was used to train AI generation model. In the same year, Time investigation revealed that OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT and is valued at billions of dollars, outsourced screening for harmful and toxic content to workers in Kenya who earn between $1.32 and $2 per hour. Stories like these are numerous. AI-based facial recognition technology that functions to support racial profiling, recruitment algorithms that prioritize men over women for high-paying positions, or classification of indigenous names as fake. And I won't go into the ethics and politics of deepfakes. I spoke about the system of surveillance capitalism, but we can and ought to go further. In the global north, the concept of intelligence or intellectual rank, linked closely with science and technology, has been used, as Stephen Cave argued, to legitimize the power of white male elite and exploitation of nature, as well as those raised to be in a state of nature, including Black, Indigenous, and people of color, as well as historically young children. If in early childhood education we want to create different worlds, more livable worlds, then perhaps we can use the space of our classrooms to dispute the claims that intelligence is superior to all other qualities, or that quick and economical are the ultimate goals. I will end with two parting thoughts. The first is, don't be intimidated to think with and against AI and technology. Technology is not pure. It's not separate. It is embedded in our society, culture, history. Technology is not just AI, code, apps, computers. It's chairs, tables, walls, windows, paper, and pencils. And I'm thinking here with Ursula K. Le Guin, who ranted that technology is the active human interface with the material world. You're always already thinking with, living with, and moving with and against technology. Don't stop now. And very lastly, I will return to the question posed to the field of early childhood education by Peter Moss. What is the first practice in early childhood education? Is it technical or is it ethical? To focus on AI only as allowed, not allowed tool, to ignore the many questions in favor of convenient solutions, is to stagnate in those settled technical spaces in the house. Let's instead consider the many whys. Not how to be technically effective, but what is, and Moss is working with BS here, what is educationally desirable? Education is always a political practice. In the name of what is the question that must persist within any educational project or practice? Let's debate those difficult questions and struggle with those difficult choices.